If you remember, almost a month ago, we talked about this airline worker who got fired from her job because she was shaking her little rump roast on company time with company attire on. And we all agreed that she got fired probably for breaking their social media conduct policy and doing a provocative type of dance while wearing work attire. And I don't want to hear that BS excuse from you ladies that there's nothing wrong with that and twerking is not a sexual dance. That's bull, because you know that all it takes is a little bit of action back there and you just shaking that thing back and you know you getting all the boys' attention. You know what you doing back there with all that curvaceousness, and I support it unless it cost you your job. Then I'm gonna call you stupid, because you know club life and work life don't mesh unless you work at Hooters or the strip club. Well, this woman, after starting a GoFundMe, wanting people to support her in her time of need, wanting people to go to her businesses, I believe one of them was even lingerie. By the way, it was like subpar lingerie. As a lingerie expert such as myself, I felt cheated not seeing anything that would really give me a nice significant hard on, but that's besides the point. She got on the news recently and decided to let the world know that she feels discriminated against. She feels that this was targeted. She feels that no one cared to even give her a warning.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
I didn't think that, being so happy can turn into something like this.
Nell Diallo was having a great time dancing and twerking in the aisle on an empty plane before an early morning flight.
I decided to just take advantage of the moment to wake myself up and kind of get myself hyped up for my day, basically.
She posted the video on TikTok along with the caption, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" But after the video went viral, she says Alaska Airlines fired her. What did they say to you?
They just said that I broke their social media policy.
Nell had only been on the job for 6 months. She says she was twerking to celebrate the end of her probationary period. Why did you decide to post the video?
And I was really proud of myself that I came so far. I just didn't think that my video and my post and the way I was dancing would be deemed as inappropriate.
So how did you feel in that meeting when they told you you lost your job?
I put on such a proud face every time I stepped on that plane. And for them to terminate me without giving me a chance, it just was unfair.
And most of all, wanted you to know that she was fired for urban dancing. I've seen twerking called several things: spiritual, sensual, sexual. I've never once heard twerking be referred to as an urban dance. Also, more importantly, that's not enough to get somebody fired. You got fired for twerking in your work uniform while on a plane. Doesn't matter that no one was there. Doesn't matter that there were no passengers to see. Doesn't matter that maybe you were even potentially on break. You did this in a company spot with company attire on. If you did this, like say in the airplane bathroom, and you were just in some regular clothes, maybe you probably still would have gotten in trouble for that, but you would have been assumed someone just being on the plane and maybe trying to participate in the Mile High Club, and that would have been fine, even a little bit kinky, and everyone would have just went on about their day. But you got fired for a correct reason. I keep telling y'all that you can look at other people on social media who are in their work attire doing things, and you think you can get away with it. There's a likely 95% chance those people got permission to do that. Some people just do it off the cuff, and they work with individuals who don't care. They work with individuals who are not really interested or bothered to care about it because it's not really hurting the overall production of what's going on in the store. And yes, twerking on an airplane with nobody there doesn't really help anybody, but every company is not the same. Every manager is not the same. Every executive is not the same. Some people will see something and they'll be like, you know what? You could just get like a casual warning. Other people will see it and be like, you know what? I don't even care. And then there are people who work on a 3-strike system with you already being on strike 2. And if you do anything, you're fired. And that's the unfortunate part. But that's the reality of when you work for other people. Another thing I keep telling y'all is that if you don't want to deal with the hustle and bustle of working for other people and living and dying by the rules they set, and if you don't follow them, you're punished for it, go start your own businesses. Start making your own money. Be your own boss. Be your own leader. Make your own decisions. Make your own rules. and flourish. And if you're not willing to do that, you might as well run the check-in line and work that 9 to 5 until you're in a comfortable position to then start your own business. Because I'm all in favor of people who are tired of working on somebody else's dime, going out and venturing into the world of business. It's beautiful, it's creative, and I like to see people succeed at these things. But when you're starting off by trying to promote your lingerie via a GoFundMe and the premise that you got fired for a little bit of urban ass shaking, I'm sorry, but you just throw me off just a little bit. You throw me off knowing full well that you were confident in what you were doing, and now that you've faced the obvious consequence, now it's time to start complaining about how you're discriminated against. You weren't discriminated against. You were an employee doing something an employee shouldn't be doing with company attire on, and you got fired for it. There's no discrimination here. You were just a dumbass employee, and quite frankly, you probably will find another job and land on your feet and continue to grow your lingerie business. And then once you see a little bit of comfort, stability financially, you're gonna quit that and pursue your financials in your lingerie business further. And I'll be happy to not buy any of that at all unless you give me something that I know that I could bite off using my teeth, because Leon is a very, very kinky individual. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. And yes, I know you like the way my ass shake.